Hello, everyone. This is Randall. I know that I said that the next video was going to be a 11-mile hike with the bug out bag, and I lied. So the reason why I did is everybody that's got get home bags has something different. And sometimes you can take something away from somebody else's bag or even suggestions what to upgrade to. So I thought for this first video that I would actually take just a few minutes and show what I'm going to be carrying on my hike. So first off, I have the bag. So I don't know the exact liters on this bag. I had a 13-liter bag in this one's place before. And really nothing has changed, but the problem was with the 13-liter, there was nothing as far as overnight, a blanket or anything other than emergency blankets. And I just didn't think that that was good. So the only difference this one has as to a 13-liter bag is I put a Wooby blanket in here. So I'm going to set this aside. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is let's weigh it, because I have no idea how much this weighs. Let's see if this will have a fish scale here. We're going to see if it'll pick it up. £14 pounds, 13 ounces. 14 pounds, 13 ounces. So that's not bad. It's not bad at all. So I want to go through this bag and then we're going to take a look what's in it. So let's go ahead and get it opened up here. First thing on the outside of the bag, very handy flashlight. This is a Smith & Wesson flashlight. Also has a red light. Red light's very important at night. It's not as, and these two, which are not that useful. But the red light at night especially is good so you don't draw attention to yourself. And also your eyes do not dilate from a red light, so when you turn the red light off, you don't lose your night vision. So these are items of food. I've never had these before. There are 3 of these bars in here. And actually, I'd say I hadn't tried them before. When I bought these, I took one out and I ate it and it was great. It was filling. This would be a nice little meal replacement. So I've had 3 of those in there. So I have a standard military canteen. I know I said that the last pack was 13 liters. This would not fit in the pack. It actually hung on the molly on the outside of the pack, and I did not like that. I mean, it just screams military, and I didn't want it seen. I wanted everything in the pack. So basically I had the canteen, which stays full. And I had the canteen cup. This will allow me to heat up water. And I also have marked in here, I don't imagine you can see it. There's lines that I've marked in there, 1 cup lines. Makes it a little easier to measure. We're gonna set that over there. Let's see, what do you have thrown in here? Beef stroganoff, Mountain House meal. These are actually really good. I like them. That'll make a nice meal that one night. I'm only planning on be gone 22 miles, so I only really need 1 meal and that's it. That'll fill me up that night because I'm going to be burning some calories. I have this little pack. This has my titanium sport. We'll open it up here. plastic fork for whatever reason. But I have a titanium sport. I have some Espit. Is that Espit? No, it's not Espit. No, this is beef bouillon. That's the reason why you got to go through your bag, people. You forget what they even have. These are beef bouillon. That's a nice little pick-me-up if you get a chance to break. Has some instant coffees. I have two military can openers. It's not the P38. I forgot what they call the larger one, but there's the larger one. And we have these little energy tablets. Let's see if I can. These are to be mixed up, and you can mix one of these up in your water for a little bit of boost. They got vitamins and probably full of caffeine, and gives you a little pick-me-up during your day. I carry a full smart water bottle. So, and I'll show you the reason why I carry the smart water bottle here in a moment. Let's see what else we have in here. Have a bandana. Bandanas are excellent. You can pre-filter water with them, get the larger particles out. You can wipe sweat. Invaluable. Oven mitt. I'm in East Texas. I carry a bottle of off everywhere I go. You're not sleeping at night for 9 months a year in East Texas without something. I have two of these little emergency space blanket. Just a little emergency blankets. They're really thin. They're basically meant for a one-shot wonder, but I need something to lay on, put on the ground to keep moisture from coming through. This is what I do. I feel like Santa digging through his bag. I have a little pair of jersey gloves. Never go anywhere without some type of gloves. Another bandana. If it's cold outside, I put them around my neck. And I tell you what, that is a huge difference between having something like this around your neck and nothing. The most important cloth, though, is your shemagh. I can wrap my head with this at night. It's basically a gigantic bandana. Invaluable. You can use it across your shoulders to keep chill off. And all kinds of uses for a shemagh, and I don't go anywhere without one. At least one. I have a belt, a little lock blade belt knife. Sharp. So as soon as I was in a situation, I took that on my belt. This is what takes, let's see if I can get this. This is what turns this pack into an overnight that I could be out for days. Because this is a little fishing kit. I'm an avid fisherman. I could feed myself for a long time on fish. I normally keep one of these little hair doodads for my wife. I keep that around because once that tape's pulled off, it's not going to want to go back on, and that's how you're going to keep it together. And the good old, here's my shelter. This is a military standard poncho. You can make a shelter, you can wear it as a poncho during the day. It's a super important piece of gear, and I encourage everybody to have something like it. So these are Compra wipes. Let's see if I can get that out. I don't know if you can see that or not. But basically, these are 10 wipes. Is all you do is add a couple of drops of water to it, and it comes out into a towel about that big square. Those are necessary. If you had to go take a constitution in the woods, you're going to be glad you brought those. I have just a throwdown knife sharpener. Very important if you had to do quite a bit of cutting for whatever reason to resharpen your blades. No, I got a couple more pieces in here. Ah, yes. So after I get somewhere and you're trying to put up a shelter at night, and you have a light in your hands, and it'll mount right straight to this hat. Super important. You're going to need one. You need a hands-free light of some sort, whether it had the band, goes on a cap or hat. You need a light that goes on there. And just for giggles, a little bitty mini light. None of these are rechargeable, so I make sure that I bring multiple light sources. All right, water tabs. Something happens to your filter. I like a filter for my first line of entry into filtration water. But if something happens to that filter, it freezes or whatever, I have these. I'm almost, let's see it, for the main pocket, yes. Which immediately leads me to my Sawyer water filter. This is the Sawyer Mini. It's not the micro or whatever, it's the larger one. And this goes back to the reason why I carry a smaller water bottle. If you have one of these, and I've seen a guy in a video do this, he had a regular water bottle. A regular water bottle will not hook to this. A smart water bottle will. You can hook it directly to there. You can fill this, filter your water, which I can filter into my canteen to carry, and then just have this with dirty water. We'll call it dirty water, untreated water. And I can put this back in my pack and carry untreated water and treat it into the other one. And if this breaks, I have the bag that came with the Sawyer water filter. It's not much of a little bag. I would hate to use this miserable little thing. It is truly just not good. But it's good enough for me to tote in my get home bag. This is my fire kit. So inside my fire kit, I carry 2 lighters. They're not Bics, they're just regular lighters, little cheapies. On this one, I have Gorilla Tape wrapped around this one. 2 little small rolls of Gorilla Tape to make repairs. I can put my shoes back together, whatever. My shoes start coming apart on the trip home, I can put it together with that. Earplugs. Notice, you got a tree that's sitting there rubbing against another tree, squeaking all night in the wind. Earplugs, I really wouldn't recommend them in a bad situation because you want your awareness. But if you're just out there spending the night and it's not an emergency situation, you're just broken down, maybe that would be okay. I have a basic Swiss Army knife. It's got multiple blades. It's got a sewing awl, screwdriver. This one does not have the little pair of scissors, but it's not the superb Swiss Army knife, but it's got quite a few attachments. All I'm going to need for to get home. And I have this snuff can, and it is full of Vaseline covered cotton balls. That's super important. In wet weather, you should have fire skills. But I guarantee you, after you've been walking all day and it's a life and death situation, the last thing you want to do is dink around making a fire for 2 hours. Put one of these under there, put your kindling on top of it, and go. So I have a couple of tent stakes here. I need one more, I have plenty. I just hadn't dug them out yet, and I'm going to have to be digging them out here pretty soon. I could make a tent stake if I had to use this before then. But it's going to be important with your shelter. And I have a couple little rolls of 550 paracord. Paracord, bank line, invaluable. You need some type of cordage. It doesn't weigh much, and I tell you what, when you're setting up a shelter, cordage is king. So here in this pocket, I've just got me a little boo-boo pack. It's got some Band-Aids. It has a aspirin. I put aspirin in here because I guarantee with my creaky old butt, I'm going to need some aspirin. Triple antibiotic ointment, little iodine ointment. Just minor. It's got some tape in here. It's got a little bit of wrap, but this is going to be minor stuff. I mean, I'm not going to put somebody's foot back together when I'm trying to get home. So here I have a cleaning bag. I got some wet ones individually wrapped. This right here, it's an interesting product, and I'm gonna have to find out where the wife got this. Oh, isn't it cute? It's a little bear. But basically, these are little sheets of soap. We'll see if I can pull. Has two of them. They're little sheets of soap. So if you put a little water with this, you can wash up. And I mean, they're nothing. Not like anything. It's a sheet of soap. It completely dissolves. So if you get grotesque, especially if it's August and it's 105 outside, you're nasty. You're nasty when you get to where you're going. Lost my zippers. I got a little flap. There we go. I hate to pull this out, but I guess I will for the video. This is my military woobie. It's not a whole lot. You're going to be cold once it gets down in the 40s. If it's in the 40s, I always carry my coat in the truck. Always. I never go anywhere without a coat. Even if I'm not going to wear it, I throw it in the truck. So I'm going to have a coat. I can keep my upper body warm between the shemagh and the gloves. But my legs, I don't wear long johns everywhere I go. They're just too hot and they're too miserable. And yes, I could put long johns in here, but I could just put this woobie and wrap up in it and keep my legs warm at night. So, yeah, that's it. That's the whole bag. That's what I'm going to be keeping myself alive with. So, let me know what you thought. Do you have any, my problem with a bag is I usually get carried away, and I had the 13-liter bag because usually if I have a bigger bag, I go, I got that one more thing. I'll survive forever with this one more item. And I keep doing that until it's 60 pounds. So I made a promise to myself on this bag. Since I'd carried that small one around for so long, I mean, really, I could stay alive for days with these items. And this was the missing key, and a 13-ounce or 13-liter bag would not hold this. It was just not possible. Yes, I could tie it to the outside, but then it's going to get wet, it's going to get dirty, it's get grungy, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere around it. So it wouldn't keep you warm, and it would fail. So let me know what you think, and I appreciate y'all sticking with me. Make sure to go out and have a little adventure every day, and we'll see you soon.